My name is Alan Delery. I work for the Center for Restorative Approaches in New Orleans, but I partner with Renew Accelerated High School, and I'm the team lead with the NIJ grant with implementing the school responder model. But I believe family engagement is really important for school. It goes back to what I think is important with restorative approaches. We talk about doing things with people rather than to them or for them. So this, having families involved, allows that philosophy to be at work, to have their voice, what their concerns are, coming to the table. So it's not just us telling them what they need to do or us coming up with ideas, us meaning the school administration and team. So getting families involved to give their voice is extremely important. I didn't fully appreciate at first how important it was to have this time being taken out to deal with family engagement, but the reality is the implementation team had gotten so caught up with some of the other guiding principles of implementing the school responder model that family engagement kind of got put on the side because of other things that we had prioritized. So it was good timing. We had 1 full year of implementing the school responder model, and this was the time for us to assess what we were doing in terms of in the area of family engagement. So taking that time out to just focus on that one area has proven to be really helpful for us to put a plan together to add that important piece. It's amazing how that could get put on the side, even though we see how important it is to have families engaged. Well, initially, during this time period when we met, we assessed and thought we really didn't have a whole lot in place in terms of family engagement. So our initial thoughts were we have a lot of room to grow. We haven't done much, but as we continue to look at it, there were some things that we were implementing that we were engaging families with, but we didn't have the full structure and layout. So I think this really helped us to reassess what we're doing, but put it in writing and put it as a part of the school responder plan. One of the areas that we did see that we could have improved on is getting parents more connected with us as a whole school. We may have done pretty good with what we call the tier 3 students that had needs and us communicating with the parents that were at the top tier of behavior needs, but we were missing more of a whole school approach. So we want to put more emphasis in our orientation at the beginning of the school year to engage the parents more than we had done in the past. So that's our plan, is what can we do to really have more parent attendance at orientation, and then from that first orientation lay out a plan on what we would do throughout the year on how we can engage parents. So if we sold it to them at that first mandatory sort of meeting where we'd have them, and if we did that one with the structure that we would like, they would be more likely to come to the other things that were being planned throughout the year. One additional area when I think about with the family engagement, in particular in terms of restorative approaches, quite often in schools it's the administration or the discipline team that decides what's going to happen as a consequence for a particular behavior. But with restorative approaches, we invite parents to be a part of those restorative circles so that parents know that they have a voice in what the outcome might be. Parents know how they were affected by a particular incident, so by giving them the chance to come to the meeting to be able to tell those that were directly involved with the incident, being able to say how they were affected and impacted by what happened, as well as what it is that they need moving forward, really brought parents into the mix of what was going on. One other way that was helpful is there have been restorative circle referrals that I've received, and students did not want to participate in the circle. And it was going to lead to a suspension or something else, and they were like, I am not meeting with that other person. But then when we brought parents on board and parents were a part of that meeting, the voice of the parents softened other students up, and some of the better agreements that have been created that have been successful when we had parents a part of it, to be a part of the plan and a part of that meeting where a plan was put in place. So they weren't just hearing about what happened, they were right there when they heard what their own student had done to another person or what that other person had done. They were able to hear the whole story. There were cases where parents were very irate or very upset about what was going on, and they just wanted like the school just to suspend and put other students out and all, but when the parents were there and able to hear the full story and able to be heard, it really connected relationships or connected families and other students together in ways that I don't think would have happened had we not brought parents into the meeting as well. So that was one additional way that I think the parent involvement and engagement really helped with us dealing with discipline issues or incidents that happened in the school.